Hi, I'm Emily Rose.
And I'm Dan Philgreen. Welcome to Shell Point Today for Monday, May 27th.
We'd like to thank everyone for joining us on Memorial Day. For today's program, we're learning more about the long-standing feud between Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla.
Tesla, who was a genius and came to work for Edison, and he broke away from Edison because Edison didn't give him the rewards that he anticipated.
CJ Gulata is giving us another look into the Connected Living program.
Dementia affects 3 areas of the brain: language, memory, and decision-making.
David Howenstein is offering a sneak peek into this week's episode of Listening to the Words.
Begins with a Memorial Day remembering of the sacrifices of American military servicemen and women.
And we're learning how the Banyan Grill is making some healthy choices.
But first, we're building for a better tomorrow with our look at this day in history. It was 50 years ago today when construction officially began in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, on what would become Walt Disney World. For nearly 10 years, Walt Disney was searching for an East Coast counterpart to his popular Disneyland amusement park in California. It didn't take long for him to lock in on Orlando as his preferred location. After years of purchasing land around Lake Buena Vista and Bay Lake, ground was finally broken on what would become the Magic Kingdom, the Contemporary Resort, and the Polynesian Village. 9 years later, the park would double in size with the unveiling of Walt's final vision, the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, otherwise known as Epcot. Over the years, Walt Disney has grown to include 2 other parks, Hollywood Studios and the Animal Kingdom, as well as 2 water parks and 34 resorts and hotels. Today, Walt Disney World is the most visited vacation resort in the world, with an average annual attendance exceeding 52 million visitors.
Shell Point will host its Memorial Day celebrations tomorrow at Friendship Point for a Night of Heroes. At 6 p.m., everyone's encouraged to come out and honor service members, veterans, and their families with a heartfelt tribute that recognizes their service and sacrifice. The event will include special remarks from Colonel Jim Stapleton and will feature music from Naples barbershop quartet Tropical Depression. Delicious summertime desserts will also be available for all attendees. Join your neighbors tomorrow night over at Friendship Point as we remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day for a special Night of Heroes celebration.
It's one of the most interesting technological battles in history, and now Professor Adrian Kerr is taking us into the personal battle between Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, and George Westinghouse. He recently sat down with Terry Kolath to preview his look into the War of the Currents.